and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the one and only, the human turret, one of the best ARs to ever do it. Give it up for the world champ himself, Sam LaRue, Octane. We got some of the best analysis in the game. The world champ, Christopher Duarte, Parasite. We got the multi-world champion, the multi-champion, a legend, an icon to the Call of Duty scene. Give it up for Patrick Price Aches. And of course, we got the one and only, the executive producer of The Flank. Give it up for Benjay Nassim. Gentlemen, what's going on? How we feeling? Quick day of COD today. We had 3 matches, so we didn't have 4 matches as usual. We had 3, and I thought today went by pretty smooth. No delays, no nothing. Pretty comfortable day. I did lose some internet in the last series, but I was tuning in the living room, so I was able to watch FaZe take care of business. But we're going to go over these matches. We'll go over them for you. We'll take a look at the bracket going into Major 2. And we'll also take a look at the fantasy. So we're going to have a good show today. Duarte, how you feeling, brother? You weren't here yesterday. You doing all right, Chris?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I took a day off. I just wanted to go see John Summit. You've listened to quite a few of his songs on the
John
show.
Summit,
so, yeah, he was good. I've already seen him, but a couple of my buddies haven't. So, yeah, great day. Can't complain. I did watch a lot of the matches yesterday, so we didn't really get to talk. I didn't really get to put my two thoughts into them. But yeah, I mean, today was a pretty cool day. It ended on a insane match. So
yeah, for sure. I hope you had fun at the concert. What about you, Benjay? You doing all right? What's going on with you?
Yeah, I watched Tottenham fucking suck ass this morning, so that was not great. Watched some good golf today. The players going to a playoff tomorrow morning. That's awesome. And we got some finality on the Major 2 standings. I think the bracket we'll look at the end is going to be really interesting. I'm super excited to head off to Dallas tomorrow and cover the event. A vlog will be coming out. You guys can stop asking me. I'm not doing 1, but I'm doing 2 vlogs next week, okay?
So we're not even doing 1.
Next week,
we can't do 1. Now we're doing 2.
We're doing 2. I'm trying to make it up, man. I'm trying to make it up to everybody.
We're doing 2 vlogs.
All right, bro.
Well,
whatever,
I
man.
believe it when I see it. I believe it when I fucking see it. Something's going to happen.
We're doing 2 vlogs.
We're doing 2 fucking
So
vlogs.
where's the Madrid one, though? Is that ever coming?
I'm scamming.
Apparently the files got corrupted, Pat. Apparently the files got corrupted.
You're scamming, bro.
That's only something you hear in a TV show, bro.
Yeah, I can't get into the mainframe. The files are just corrupted.
The files are corrupt. Weren't you vlogging from your cell phone?
Yeah, that's exactly how it fucking happened, Tom.
So how the fuck did it get
I've
corrupted?
never had a video corrupted on my phone before.
I've never had a video corrupted on my iPhone before. Ever, bro.
My phone literally would not turn on. And unfortunately, the backup, iCloud backup, didn't have all the files, which is,
So you got a new phone?
No, I plugged it in and I completely reformatted the phone, which is something you can do. There's a recovery mode on it, but.
Speaking of football, did you see Lamine Yamal score a winning goal today in the Champions League against Atletico? That was crazy.
No,
they were down
La Liga.
Oh, that was La Liga? Oh, I thought it was Champions League. Oh, that was pretty cool. They were down 0-2, right? And they brought it all the way back. So
yeah, Barca right now has the lead, but another El Clasico, I think, soon here might decide the title race.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hell yeah, Tottenham's still shit. Sam, how are you, Sam? You doing all right?
I'm great as always, man. Major 2 next week. Online COD done for at least a little while. I'm good as always.
Yeah, dude. I think we're all excited to see some land COD. And, of course, we got the Slayer in the building. Give it up for Patrick Price. What's going on, Pat? Looking good as always. What's going on with you, brother?
Same old. Not much new. Yeah, I'm excited for some upsets into it when we get to the bracket. But I think we're going to have some upsets this week.
You're cutting in and out a little bit, Pat. Just a little heads up. Sometimes your mic does that. I don't know why, but just letting you know. Yeah, hopefully we get some upsets. I think it's always good to see some upsets, right? See some people compete. I was telling Sam yesterday, I feel like the gap from the top teams from the middle pack is like so wide, but it'd be nice to see that gap close and see some teams actually make a run for it at Major 2. So I'm excited for it. We're going to get right into it. I say we hop into the first match of the day. And ladies and gentlemen, the curse has been broken. The dynasty has been cemented. And Optic Texas, not only do they get their first map win on the board, but they also win the series with a 3-1 victory over the Los Angeles Guerrillas Gentlemates here today. Looked like the Hacienda hard point was 250 to 166 in favor of Optic Texas. Very comfortable win there. I actually thought Optic played that map well. So we're going to take a look at that map. And then we also got a 6-3 win for LAG in the red card S&D. And then the next two maps, Optic were able to take it. It's just the respawns where Optic were able to take care of business here. A 3-0 and a control and 250 to 192 and a protocol hard point. We'll scroll down. We'll take a look at the stat sheet. And oh my God, LAG got shit on yet again. It's a 0.94 from Kismet, a 0.88 from Lunars, a 0.67 from Lins today, and a 0.91 from Priesta. So LAG continuing to struggle here as they're now 1-6 in the stage. Along with Optic, who's also 1-6 in the stage. Today from Optic, you had a 1.32 from Dashy, a 0.91 from Kenny. Pred with a 1.45. He played unbelievable today. And a 1.07 from Shotzi. We'll scroll down and take a look at the match MVP. It's going to be AG with a 1.53 in hardpoint, a 0.86 in search, and a 1.5 in control. Pred making a name for himself. I mean, he already made a name for himself, but, you know, there's been a lot of fucking shit talking. So AG, you know, he had to come out and fucking take care of business today. So that's good to see if you're an Optic fan. Optic taking care of business. I mean, Pat, we'll start with you. Optic Texas, they end up winning this series 3-1 against LAG. What are your thoughts, Pat? What are your thoughts?
Lins is the worst player in the league.
Okay. That's how you're starting it?
Yeah, bro.
I think Wixel might have him beat, but
I know y'all are gonna bring up that clip on protocol, but bro, this guy is lost. And Ben, like, going back to the Gotaga thing, it gotta drop. Like the all geographical location.
You're cutting in and out a little bit.
You're cutting it out, Pat.
Yeah, make sure you're talking into your mic, bro.
Oh, I am. It's right in front of my mouth.
The fuck, man?
I think your noise gets too high or something.
correctly.
The All France project thing, whatever that dream is, that's just got to die. It's just not going to happen, bro. Like, problem with a lot of these teams and new players that come from these regions that don't have the practice is they don't have the fundamental plays that you just require to compete at this level. Yeah, Optic got a win here. You had an insane series out of Pred. No one else was really that great, in my opinion, but
Brandon was pretty good.
Brandon
bro,
was flying.
LAG is horrible. Like, they are so bad.
They're pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. They're pretty fucking bad.
They're horrible, bro. And then I was actually mind blown. 7,200 damage, Ken.
I think he had like 100 in the search. It didn't really help.
Yeah, let's take a look at the map 1. He did well in the map 1. He did his thing. His damage is still pretty low in the map 1.
Yeah, 95 seconds of hill time. Now go to map 4 as well.
Map 4.
Yeah, I mean 190 seconds of hill time, but yeah, I mean, you know.
Is that their plan? Like, yo, Ken, you're getting shit on just getting the hill?
Might be, but hey, it worked out for him this time.
Yeah, I mean, Duarte, what did you think of the series, Chris? Optic finally got a W here. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna commend Optic here just for getting the W on the board and not just fucking bombing out completely. Hopefully they get some confidence under their belt. Granted, it is against the LAG mates, and they have been fucking god-awful for the most part. Sure, they played a decently competitive series against FaZe, but this is a FaZe that's pretty much just testing their map pool going into the major, so nothing too crazy to talk about there. But LAG, once again, I mean, they're just terrible, man. Like, watching them play is comedic at this point because they're always doing something that should not be done on the map. They're so out of sync. I still think Kismet's probably the only person that's safe on this roster, and he's kind of the only person that has a consistent idea of what's going on. I feel bad for Lunars coming into this situation. Obviously, Priest is trying to figure out his role on this team, considering they were ready to drop him or sub him out for Skies before and brought him back in. This team is just basically on blow it up. I mean, they've been on blow it up watch. I don't really understand what's going through the management team and their future, but hopefully they see the light and they make a change after this major, because unless these guys make a fucking absolute insane run, I don't expect them to be the same roster, hopefully. For all our sakes, because I'm tired of watching them. But yeah, great series out of Brandon or Dashy, great series out of Pred. Yeah, Kenny, whatever, he didn't really do much, but he sat on the hill and Shotzi did whatever he could. So it's good. I'm just happy to see them get a win on the board. It would have been terrible. Granted, I'm not like the biggest fan of any team. Just seeing a team like this, especially going to their home major, playing so shit, it's just kind of dark days for the fan base. So hopefully, they can make a run at the major.
Yep. What did you think, Sam? What did you think of the series?
Run.
They cheesed them, bro.
No.
Optic cheesed them.
You think so,
New room
Sam?
cheese?
How
They cheesed
did
them.
they cheese him, Sam? How?
They changed the room and they got some sunlight, and LAG couldn't get a fucking kill.
Yeah, that's what AG said in the interview, right? They got some windows. That was
The
the
sunlight was
maker?
so powerful it made Linz run away from Dashy at the end of a P3.
See,
on
there's
protocol.
there's some players that
The
thrive with the
sunlight
light
was
in their
so
eyes, and there's
strong,
some players
it was in
that
Linz's
don't.
eyes, just like it was in ZooMaa's eyes.
I'll
It
be
changed.
honest. If there's windows in the room, I might be chalked. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
They cheesed them, man.
I'm not sure how the hell that made them play better, but hey, whatever works for them, right? For Duarte, fuck you, Duarte, you fucking asshole.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I was waiting for you to say something, and I was like, "There's no way he's gonna let me slide for that one."
And Pat, what do you mean make a run? You don't see him making a run, Pat?
Hell no. Bro, they're gonna start in losers one. Like they might win the first series depending on who they get. I didn't see the bracket yet, but
We'll take
like,
a look at the bracket at the end of the.
they're not making any impressive run. Maybe they get top 8. Oh, I guess that's a run for them. But bro, this team is
A one series run. It's a skip.
no matter what, bro.
It's a
This
light
is a
jog.
roster change waiting to happen. Period.
Yeah, they won the blow ball, so I'll give them their props that they didn't
Bro, I
go
would
0-8 or 7, but
I wouldn't want this team to do good at the event. Like, even if I'm a fan, because we've talked about it before. Like sometimes teams that are on these like blow it up inbounds and then they wait for the major and then they have like an okay major.
the worst thing ever is a
It
decent
adds
placing.
that doubt, yeah, because it adds that like, oh man, maybe we don't need to make a change, and it's like, no, you absolutely do.
I mean, with the way that their trajectory is, like you would 100% say they need a change. Obviously, we've been hard on Kenny. Well deserved. He's been getting absolutely crapped on. With Pred, it's kind of a different situation because he was out of practice for a while. So he's kind of had to come in and learn the game, learn the team, and on top of their struggles. So, granted, he
missed a
hasn't.
month.
No, it was 2 months. But granted, he hasn't played
Was
the
it 2
best.
months?
Like in term. It was like almost 2 months, I'm pretty sure. But granted, he hasn't played the best. I mean, I'll give him the pass because he's kind of coming into a situation and having to learn. But with Kenny, it's kind of been unacceptable. So if these guys do make a run, like I don't really expect them to change simply because, I mean, outside of Kenny's poor performances, Pred's kind of got that leniency to improve. And right here, he had a great series. Granted, who knows if that's going to keep up. But I don't know if I agree with that take, Pat, where you don't want them to make a run. If anything, like we've said this before with this team, they have the talent, right? Like they've all won. Granted, it's a different game. Even if these guys weren't on this roster, these guys could replace a lot of people on other rosters.
Not
and granted,
in this game.
Granted,
You're
they might
acting
not
like
be
it's
playing well.
NW3, bro.
No, granted, they're not playing well right now with their current team. Who's to say that they wouldn't improve on another team because it's just a different environment. So, yeah, I don't know about the
Are we
roster change
discounting
situation
the fact that
completely.
we're playing a game that this team just isn't good at, and these players, Kenny is not good at Black Ops 6. Putting him on another team is not changing anything.
That's what I'm saying. But that's the one player that I feel like would be on the chopping block right now currently. Pred is kind of like, we don't know yet because he's been learning.
The same point, regardless if it's one player or all of them. If they do well, it puts doubt into their mind that maybe they shouldn't change. But the reality is this team has to change if they want to compete.
well,
Period.
they probably need to get top 4, you would think, if they want to stick. I mean,
No,
Kenny,
there's
if-
nowhere. They could win the event. They should.
What Pat's trying to say is you don't want to be in that cycle,
when the
right?
event and make a roster change would be fucking insane.
that's insane. That's some New York subliner shit, bro.
That'd be
I've
awesome.
done
It's
it.
driving Preston for
That'd be
dumb
fucking
shit.
awesome.
I mean,
I went on to win champs.
if Kenny does have a really bad major again, like then we have no excuse. But I was more so talking about on the Pred factor with him kind of just coming in and trying to like learn it and then fill that gap. So I don't know. But Kenny, we've already said, bro, like he's been god awful. If he goes to this major and they don't turn up, he doesn't play well. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they make a change, kind of similar to the whole thing that happened at MW2 where they bring in somebody from Challengers or maybe even like Skies because he's on the bench. So who knows what they're gonna do.
All I'm going to say is we'll get to the bracket at the end of the show. In order for Optic to get to top 4, they're going to legit have to beat 3 of the 4 like good mid-pack teams that we consider top 4 or top 6. Just as an FYI, like if they do it at that point, it's a bit of an interesting combo. But I have no other thoughts. If you want to see all my thoughts about LAG, youtube.com/@ZooMaa for all the other comments I've said about LAG over the course of the last couple of videos.
Why don't you just say it now, Ben? Just say it now.
Because I'm tired of saying these guys need a fucking roster change. They need to blow it up, Tom. That's what I'm tired of.
Absolutely. It's going to blow it up, spam in the chat. We got any other thoughts before we hop into some clips? Pat, I do understand what you're saying, though. The cycle, right? Like, you fall off, you go to land, you get a good, like, even if they get top 4, right? Top 6, you don't want to get in that cycle where it's like, oh, okay, we play good this land, right? So let's stay together.
Yeah, maybe it'll continue.
Right? Because then it's just like,
yeah,
you just dig yourself a bigger and bigger and bigger hole, and then it just gets worse, right? So it's like, I mean, expect Optic to make a change unless they literally go to the land. I would say they need like top 3, top 2 minimum for them to stick together. I think anything other than that.
They need to get top 4, and Kenny needs to play good for them, considering keeping the same roster. If they get top 4 by the fucking skin of their teeth, and Kenny is still playing terribly, and they're just kind of fucking lugging them through the mud, then they're gonna blow it up anyways.
Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening with Optic Texas. We are going to their home event. It's their event, right? It's Optic's event.
Yeah.
So they're probably, I'm sure the fans will be very loud there. So we'll see how they play in front of the crowd. I think they got the ring ceremony coming up too. So a lot going on over at the major. I'm excited for it. But let's hop in to some clips. First, we're going to hop into the first map, Hardpoint, Hacienda Hardpoint here. And Optic actually had a phenomenal break to start off the map, which is good to see. I think after seeing a good break to start things off, you knew it was going to be a good day for them. And just to see how they were able to do it. We have Lunars, who's kind of solo playing the back here, trying to stay alive with a double push coming in from well. Lunars gives up the well, and he just loses his timing on it. He gives up the push. Somebody gets pushed up on him. He goes down. And then Kismet just gets funneled in hill. So great break here from Optic. What was LAG doing here? I feel like this is way too easy from Optic. They waltzed through well, and Lunars didn't even shoot at anybody. I mean,
I'd rather to pick it up.
He had it, and then
Can you back up a little bit again?
He gives it up, and he just gets bad timing, and a guy just pushes him. But, like, even right here, like, you got to expect that somebody can push that when you give it up, no? I mean, you're giving yourself that window. I just felt like his timings were off there.
If you want to be nitpicky about it, we can break this down. There's 2 players that need help each other. Sue's number 5 spots the well. Number 8 gets a kill. He should give up lobby, and then number 7 should pick up lobby. 8 should go help number 5, and they don't do that. Yep. 8 gets a kill, plays an island, keeps playing an island, doesn't help his teammate, and number 7's just there doing nothing as well. Like, they could have been way more dynamic on their rotation here to help this guy in the back, but they didn't.
There still was actually a skill gap in this game. It's crazy.
This is what I was talking about earlier, Sam, with this double well thing that people are doing now on the pinch. To Chris's point, like, you just got to read the pressure right and help that guy's side and fuck lobby. Like, you just all collapse on that guy if he pushes.
I really don't understand why teams do this, though. A lot of people like the turtle on this rotation, when in reality, you just really need one guy. The guy front, like, it's a pretty long route for them to hit, and he can stall really heavily. So you can get to a point where you essentially have a guy pushed out fences, like in a well corner, or even like another guy in lobby, and you can stop this well push way quicker. Like, there's no reason for them to be this tight on row. Like, there's really no reason.
Yeah. And I think Lunar's here when he ends up realizing they're pushing him too. It would have been nice to see him get more towards hill too, like around the bend, like around the curve, and maybe get tighter. Mm-hmm. At this point, he doesn't have any help. So I mean, he's just getting funneled here in the back. I mean, with the hill popping up, he doesn't even shoot at anybody. He just gets shot in the back here.
Tom, can you go back to before they even rotate? Because I kind of want to see how they play the rotation. Because we talk a lot about how we like you want to
time, Chris. Look, they literally had so much space on the map.
Chris just busted.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris.
Okay, we're right here. This is fine because they wait to. Okay, well, as soon as they spawn, push out. Oh man, dude. No.
You see it right here. Just the amount of space that they have after they get these kills. They get a clean wipe. Right. Starts a P-Dog. He gets one. Lunars finds one. Kenny ends up getting taken down open. Only guy here is Big Bruce. Down he goes. Boom. It's a clean wipe. You have Optic pushed in a blender here. And you can see how they give him the map, right? You got one guy backing all the way up, which is fine, right? I think you want to make sure these are blocked, nobody's here, right? This is all good, but they just completely turn around.
Lynn's got super greedy too. I'm gonna be honest. If like he runs that plat, and I think he like hesitates, so he dies. But he could have just dude. People call this hindsight, but bro, you got to simplify the game, bro. Just sit in a corner, top closed, or like you go play. You can stay out well, like just stay well, funnel them to boat, make them take that route on you and kill you well.
Yeah.
And then if they don't go well, right, as soon as your teammate sees the pressure front, or the teammate sees the pressure lobby, you either come back through well and help, or you pinch them through top rock, or you literally go back through spiral secret.
Yeah, like, well, I was going to say, Chris, I feel like in a situation like this is where the sub player like needs to communicate, right? Like if the sub player is pushed out, say they get a clean wipe, right, and all of Optic spawns out like Bowhouse area, right? As long as somebody's hard blocking, that sub player can have a field day, right? Like he can delay this push. He can delay this push so much just by getting one kill pushed out and staying alive, right? He's just going to be a nuisance. They're going to be looking for him. That's when the sub player needs to calm. Hey, I'm pushed out. Make sure we're hard blocking, like hard block. We got him pushed out right now.
So this is a really good hill to play exit.
They backed up.
This is a really good hill to play exits on because there's 2 front spawns that are really deep. So there's the one that's like close to rock by the bush on the left side of the P4, and then there's actually one. If you really fuck a team over, they spawn on the statue in their base. Like all the way on the far left corner of the map.
It happened today.
Yeah, exactly. So on that rotation, as long as you have your teammates playing safe and you funnel that boat spawn, which they got, you can spawn them in actual Narnia. So I don't know. They just didn't pick up on it and they fucked up.
Yeah, they fucked up for sure. Then we go over to the P4 to ROKKR. And LAG, look at how LAG breaks this hill. They 4-hit top open. Like this is, I've never seen anybody 4-hit this little doorway right here. And it actually worked for them. I think it was Kismet who found the entry, and then Lunars finds another one. P-Dog, they all slide on in, and I mean, this just goes to show that no matter what you're doing in COD, as long as you're doing it together, it could work, right? Like it's just why it's important to just push for your team and work some trades and do stuff together as a unit. Because I mean, at first when I was looking at it, I was like, they're 4-hitting little door, like mid door, like this might be trolly. But then it ended up working. You see Optic, they immediately get put in a blender here. If you're Optic Texas, I mean, how do you hold a 4-mid push like this? I mean, at this point, you just got to get the info and win some fights here, right? There's really not much you can do.
Why would you slide both corners?
To be honest, if they have a trophy system, like, and they slide in, and as long as people are looking at it, they shouldn't really get too many kills. It starts with number 4. He overextends to get information.
He gets picked.
Yeah, and LAG does a good job, but basically, remember what I said when we were talking about this hill? I think like 2 matches ago when we said how Optic wasn't clearing the angles from the open door. They clear the angles. Once they clear those angles, boom, slide in. They just did it perfectly.
Yeah, I think Bruce tried to get info boat. They didn't see anybody, and then once he realized they were all coming mid, he tried to back it up, and he just got caught on an off angle. Once he goes down, LAG has the numbers. They get the wipe. It was a very good break from LAG in this one. So good to see LAG using some teamwork every once in a while. Now we had the listening from Optic. I know we listened to their listenings in the past, and we've been critiquing their listening. So with how everything's been going, let's tune into the listening and see how they sound.
I'm coming front. I'm cutting front. They're looking for me in the back. Just go, Tom.
I'm top read. We can spot. Here's a trap.
One else in front, Ken.
Behind me, front. Hard to Tom. He's
flat.
front.
Point for the guy.
What's his shit plot? Couple looters. Last guy lands. I cannot get the time. I cannot get the time.
I got it. You heard? I have Adder. Just let me know. I'm holding Adder, Ken. You heard that, bro?
It's a lens, bro.
Yeah, Mr. Lynch,
I have a low pitch.
I have Adder still.
I have a low pitch.
Adder first go.
Looters, one second plus.
In.
Really weak outer, Priesta.
Last guy, Adder.
He's like, lay down.
There's one out kid behind you. There's one secret.
What's enemy? Let's play this. They're all going plat, bro. All going plat.
Nothing low you. He's on the top.
He's in.
How about pinch?
First guy plat.
How about pinch?
Under plat. Under the plat. Watch out. Let's step. Nice. I'm cutting you fast, bro. Yeah, they're gonna. I can help.
See nothing on.
Hold. I'm new.
Top out. Shit on.
Nothing on me here. I'm new.
Could be top out again, boys.
No. I just got the word time.
Top out.
I'm up. The part. It's on you. What is bottom you? That's short. Watch out short. He's so open. You should shake. What about bottom line? Streak. Third tax too if we can. No, one is bottom line. He's like bottom mid to right. You're and then one's our top part. 2 of one's our top part. Right. Bottom one. He's short. Short the time. Open and short. That's it. Respawn deep. Alright, time gotta wait. There's 2 time.
One could be top out.
8 time. No trophy, guys.
I stand time.
I'm pitching, bros.
China low one. Nothing low one. Pick it up, dead.
Alright, stand up. Then open. I'm finish outer. I got it. Time open.
I'm on shot, boys.
I'm just scared.
Yeah.
I'm open. You outer. There's no time.
In the time, one more shot.
I'm telling you.
Open, kiss.
Open only now. Wait. Open in the side. Play. Only one. Yeah, he's I'll get. Open side top. He's going our side open.
I'm going taking right. I'm taking the right route. Okay.
Keep your open on the
I'm taking around for us.
He's top right. Top part. Nice. Good.
Alright, let's go.
All right, it's gonna do it for the listening for Optic Texas. What'd you guys think? I feel like Pred really stuck out to me. I feel his small talk was really good. Just bringing the energy, picking up the lanes, calling out what he's watching, what needs to be picked up. I thought Pred in that listening was really good. And Kenny, Shatsy and Dashy are still kind of low to me. I feel like you don't hear him much in the listenings, but I feel like I heard Kenny and Pred the most. What'd you guys think?
Ditto, Tom.
Oh, I was gonna say they sounded good. I like the play Pred made, although they didn't capitalize on that streak. I think what he did was good. He went and cut off Art. You know, we're harping on him for taking bad routes last time when they played Thieves, but he went and cut off Art. He got that kill, and then as soon as he recognized that they broke the hill, I like the route he took where he pinched close. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to win the second gunfight on the player open, but like that route that you take is actually really good. There was maybe one play that ended up leading to them not breaking that or getting broken. It was when Kenny was coming off old. He should have kind of realized that they were spawning well based on where his teammates were and what they were doing. And he gets caught with his pants down, rotating off the old objective to you. He could have been maybe a little bit more useful there, but outside of that, I mean, they sounded good.
Yeah, no, I thought the list was pretty good. A lot bad. They were bringing the energy, which is good to see. After not winning a map, they're still hanging in there. And then we go to the last part of the game. We go into the P2 at the very end here. And again, Optic are able to work a break here. LAG, we'll kind of see how this collapses. Did Linz jump into the water and challenge Kenny? It almost looked like he jumped into the water and challenged Kenny here, which I'll be honest, I feel like there is literally no reason to ever challenge that guy water. Just make him hop, like make him mantle, right? Like I feel like once he dies water, like this is chalked. Like, as soon as Kenny got that kill, you see Linz, he gets blooded, boom. Okay, now they have to watch water hop. They don't know what's going on. AG wins a fight to the front. Brucey's putting good shots in from deep. And bada bing, bada boom, LAG get broken yet again on a P2. I mean, a big hold here. They could have brought this game back on a big P2 hold. So I'm not really too sure what was going through LAG's mind right here. Letting Kenny just kind of waltz up water. And I like the long route from Ant, right? Like while his teammates are slow playing front, Ant's going all the way around. He's going to catch this guy slipping lobby. Down he goes, and Ant just making a good play, playing a little bit of a late flank there. But any thoughts there, guys, with LAG and their shit setup?
I mean, I agree. That guy's got to hop up and chow you. Why are you fucking exposing yourself to everybody front trying to chow him?
It's kind of hard though, because if Kenny gets on top of the rock, he can just like jump and pop shot without committing to a mantle. So Linz probably thought he could catch Kenny off guard by like chowing him, but Kenny had his gun up and won it.
Do they know?
I'm assuming so. I'm assuming they did.
I mean, they have to, and I mean, I just find it crazy because they got the kills here, right? Like Optic try and play through side door. Boom. I think the trades come in here. And wait, what happens after this? When do they get the kill? Or sorry, I fast forward in front of it. LAG, they get here early. So you can see they get the double well.
The double well shit again.
Yeah, but they did a better job reinforcing this time. See, Kismet's here this time. And also, he won a big fight right there. I don't know what happened.
Oh my God, Ant got world starred.
Yeah, Ant got world starred. But boom.
They're just filling the complete wrong shit. Look at their arrows. They're just going the wrong way.
Yeah, no,
Lunars leaves kids out to dry well, and then Linz goes to pick up what Lunars left instead of like flooding, and then the whole situation just gets super. I don't know, bro. Their arrows are fucking ass.
They saw Kenny drop. Did Preston just see Kenny drop in the water?
That's what I'm saying. Like, did he see him right there?
Well, they might hear him here because there's no ways
they didn't see Kenny. They didn't see Kenny drop in the water.
Linz turns and looks towards the water, so he might have heard him or something.
Well, they might just be assuming that he could be there as well.
Yeah.
Well, Kenny does start.
Oh, they shot at him.
Oh, they shoots at him. Okay, he probably does the hop up shit you're talking about.
Yeah, he
probably
shot
just
him.
has him weak, and he goes to try to kill him and lose the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless, at least Optic are pushing together. I mean, Kenny goes water. He waits for his team. Dashy and AG push through front. Shazi's taking a route. I mean, I like the fact that they did something as a unit instead of just solo pushing, right? And Optic was able to close this one out. Any final thoughts on the map one, guys?
First map for Optic, man. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah, I mean, that was big. That was really big. Unfortunately for them, they go into the S&D, and their struggles still continue here in the search. This was an interesting round to kick things off. I don't know what happened here, but they gave up the door. I don't know why they gave up the right side door. It was a 2v3 situation from LAG. They just give up the doorway when you have literally the Godheadies right here to sit on, and then Optic just waltzes through, catches a timing. Right, Linz doesn't pick it up. He's trying to bounce back from left and right. He doesn't have a good
Why is he
angle.
not playing the unkillable, unguardable, undefeatable head glitch that's standing right in front of him?
Fucking stare cold fucking spot.
His teammates are in the Eiffel Tower, and he just lets them run through the door.
Yep.
This is one thing we've talked a lot about LAG, and I don't think this is like the biggest offender in the sequence, but they're like one of the worst teams at taking space. And we saw it yesterday too in the protocol. Like they give too much respect at times. They don't play a lot of confidence, and yeah. You get retake on a site that's pretty good, easy to hold.
Then you have the opposite for Optic Texas. 3v2 situation in the site. AG says, fuck it. he just tries running at him. I don't know. I don't know why AG tried doing that. Maybe he was tagged and AG thought that he can get a kill. But AG gets a little overzealous there. He ends up getting taken down.
You hear something, Tom? You hear something?
What?
I think it's the elves speaking. The elves.
You think the elves are getting to AG, Ben? Is that what you're saying?
Sam, what do you think? Do you think that was a bit of an elves fight?
Nade shots Papania is leaking into the office, taking over AJ.
I mean, AG played really good today. That was just a bad mistake right there from AG with numbers advantage. I feel like at that point, right, you just sit in the site, let your teammate get the bomb down, and you force the trades, right? You make LAG run into you. You have the upper hand. You have all the map control being in the site. So, I mean, I just thought that was not very good plays from Optic Texas there. They should have just got the bomb down and held. Then we go to the next round. Bulldog, again, it's just another timing. Kenny on the Godhead. He has a trophy on him as well. He gives up the timing, and the Bulldog, he makes the play. You can't give up. You can't give a 2-second window to the Bulldog because you know he's taking that. And a Bulldog able to fucking sneak his way in there and find one. Again, people not utilizing those head glitches inside. I thought that was another round that could have went to Optic. So even though Optic lost his search, I mean, just looking back at some of these rounds, I'm thinking Optic could have won some of these. I think they threw some of these rounds away. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
Both teams are trying to lose this, man. Both teams are trying to lose this series, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And then this was a retake. So, Ben, you were bitching during the watch party about not having any mid-map control from Optic. I don't know what the rest of you guys think about that, but Ben, what were you saying during the watch party? Because this is a post-plant setup from Optic. Optic ended up losing this. Shotzi ends up dying here. I thought Shotzi was going to get a kill here and maybe get a first blood, but he ends up getting picked. But what were you saying during the watch party, Benji?
I was saying that their A offenses were a little bit weak because it felt like they didn't really have the utility or the aggressive sub pressure to try and kill those guys playing that kind of base stack A defense. We see teams get very effective at bait and switching, using a stun to try and pick one of those guys off and get the bomb down. But Optic really struggled with it at times in this map. They got retaken a couple times. They rotated over, and LG were able to make plays in space that was given to them on the map.
Yeah, I think when Shotzi dies here on this post plan, it's kind of tough, right? Because then Kenny's by himself, he gets blooded, and then you have Dashy and AG trying to get eyes on sight. But LG's got full control here. It was a great retake from LAG. Duarte, if you had to set up here in a post plan, I mean, would you move any of these arrows around? I mean, how would you set up a post plan here, Chris?
Yeah, they're just kind of relying on two duo stacks. The first two are going to literally stall and try to take out any players. Shotzi just stands up and gets terrible timing and gets shit on. And then as soon as that happens, number one's basically just fucked. If Shotzi gets a kill and then stalls, then this becomes a lot more winnable. But they're kind of just relying on Ant to get a kill here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I even said that during the watch party. If Ant gets one there, they might even win this round. Trades might go in their favor and might have changed around a little bit. But nonetheless, a very good retake from LAG. They break with numbers. They worked some good trades, and they were able to get the job done here in the surge. So LAG, they were able to win a map in the S&D, but it just wasn't enough as we head into the protocol hardpoint. I didn't really have much from the control, to be honest with you. But in the hardpoint, AG kicks things off with a 9 spree, a 10 spree. Sam, what gun is that?
Bro.
Yeah, Sam, what gun is that, Sam?
He was full health, man. It's crazy.
He was full health right there.
He was full health. That shit was crazy.
What do you guys think about AG running an AR a little bit? I mean, I like to see. I mean, this is common for protocol, right? For the sub players.
I mean, you got to be able to in this game.
Yeah, 100%.
You got to be able to use both guns in this game most of the time.
Yeah, I just know there's a lot of talk about AG and role switching and having to run an AR. I mean, this is why we talked about how roles don't really matter, Sam, right? Because you have to be able to do everything anyway. Right, so seeing
he's shooting this thing, Jesus.
He's shooting, bro. He was just all his timings were on point. He went on a 9 spree here. Even when he hits the hill, he picks up the pinch, gets P-Dog in a pinch, which was a great heads-up play out of him, and then he ends up getting another one here. He ends up pushing up. He's got the sub in his hand. Sam, you were a little worried when he was climbing the ladder because he was close to streaks.
I was like, oh shit, he's gonna get terrible timing here. He just climbs up and gets 2 anyway.
Good plays from
Gets
AG.
the streak.
Then I think he gets another
and
one
on
here
the guy
too.
with the nade here.
He hits him with a nade, wins another one here.
This is an insane spree.
Great plays coming in from Pred. Love to see it. This is 11 spree from him now.
The only reason Ian beat me in fantasy.
Is this why? Because Pred did this?
Yeah.
No way. That's crazy, Pat.
He got me in hardpoint damage.
That's actually
10.
crazy. AG. Yeah, I'll be honest. With AG going on an 11 spree, though, and making those plays, the map was still really fucking close as we head over to another P2. Now, we were talking about this during the watch party. Do you guys think LAG left the Bulldog out to dry here on this P2 rotation? Where the fuck is LAG at?
Look at Looters and Preston, dude.
What are they doing?
They're holding.
Oh,
They're
poor
holding what,
Kismet,
Slay?
man. Poor Kismet, man.
Because look at the Bulldog. Bulldog, he dies, get him one shot. Bulldog's like, yo, where the fuck we at? Like, bro, I'm probably losing composure. I sat on this hill for 10 seconds. I die. My teammates are nowhere to be found.
Poor
I mean,
Kiz.
what is? I don't understand what LEG was doing on this rotation. Did they black
They don't
out?
either, don't worry.
Like, if you're
Yeah,
LEG,
they're doubling fucking useless. I don't know.
I mean, Lunars is trying to watch the zip push.
How did they
I
even get
guess.
into this? How did they even get into this setup in the first place? Go back, because I see the arrows there, but how the
Preston
fuck did
sits
they
here for
set
an
up?
hour, and then Lunars comes off spawn, realizing they're on P1, so he just holds for the pinch, except they never hit that shit.
bro, they sat here for so long. They got no info at all.
Okay, number 6 could have gone obviously to Red Tower, and he could have played on top. So on top of that ledge behind Kiz, if you stand on it, you get like a really good vantage point on top mid. He goes there. I'm pretty sure he's running an AR. Everyone's running an AR on this fucking map. He goes there, gets on top with an AR. He watches over Kiz, and then they're just playing a tighter setup. I don't mind one person playing an exit kill on like the guy off P1 because a guy does hit it. But why are they having 2 people sit there?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
I feel like
almost
one of
like
them. I'd rather
Lens.
have one of them just run at them and try and get a kill or something and just die than do that. But go ahead, Ben.
It's almost like Linz didn't see Kenny when he was top zip, and they were playing for the pinch guy, but like he just didn't
Bro,
get seen.
They
That was
could
very-
have done so much shit. Like
I know they could have done 18 different other things.
They could have had a guy rotate over to the
Season
right.
now.
They could have had a guy run into grand balls and hit P4 and start proactively pinching to flip because you want the other side anyways. They could have done anything. Instead, they just both go into useless or the shack or whatever you want to call it, and they just pick their noses. What the fuck?
Yeah, I just don't know why you don't just like take top middle and just gun control is so big on this hill. Like the angles, the crossfires, the team shots. You can watch the.
I mean, they're not
fucking-
gonna take top mid, bro. They could have even done something like bump Kismet, go to the hill, bump Kismet, jump top ledge, or like
They could have done
like
a
hit a
lot of
route.
things.
They could have done
a lot of
anything.
things. The problem is they didn't do anything. They just sat there and they just picked up. It looked like they just kind of turtled. Like it looked like they blacked out when it came off spawn. I mean, they had space to take. They got some kills before they died. Like some Optic players were spawning out. You had one guy on ult, so it's not like you didn't have any information. So it's just a little weird the way that they played that on the roto. And then Sam, you want to take this? You want to take this, Sam? This is ladies and gentlemen, we're going into a segment here with Sam, and he's gonna explain to you guys what happened here at the very end here.
Can you back it up again, Tom? Like
course I
another
can.
like 15 seconds.
Of course I can, Sam. Matter of fact, here, let me bring it onto the rotation. Boom, Linz just came off spawn, Sam. Just came off spawn.
You back it up one more time. I'm so sorry. I need
you're
like
good,
a
Sam.
just like
Don't worry about it, Sam. Anything
yeah,
you need,
right
Sam,
here,
let
right
me
here,
know.
perfect. Boom.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Sam.
All right.
Floor
We're
is
missing
yours.
Brandon. I don't know if Brandon has gotten a kill, or you can pause. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that they didn't know that Brandon was here. So they're definitely missing one on rotation. And if you haven't killed him in a while, you just have to assume he either took a heli route coming from the spawn, or did he shoot at some point? I don't know.
No,
for sure. Regardless.
he didn't shoot, but he did get
Regardless,
a kill.
you have to know that you're either missing this guy in P4, which 7 has. Kisman's on the ground right now, so you know he's not P4, or he went heli, or he's just somehow top. Like, you know he's in this general area. It's the last guy. 3 kills off spawn. The closest they can be is where number 1 is. There is no world in which Dashy lives here. And I don't know why Linz decides to not trade him. I don't know. The fact that Kismet proceeds to run up spiral and die to him before Linz shoots is fucking insane. Yeah, he's the last guy alive. That's like COD 101 chat. That's one of the most like pivotal rules of hardpoint just in general is you always kill the last guy. So you have full information on the map.
He's going to block a spawn that's not even a spawn yet.
I don't think he's blocking. I think he shit himself. I mean, maybe he is blocking,
No,
but he's definitely shitting himself.
I think he's thinking, oh my God, I got to block this. But
You're blocking
what are
it
you
from
blocking?
being
You
in
don't
there.
have any kills.
And also
that's what I'm saying.
you don't
I think he blacked
you don't
out.
need to hard block this unless your teammate is going into
There's no
fucking
blocking
grandmas.
necessary here because
Yeah,
your
exactly.
team doesn't have any kills. There's no they're going to spawn in the back because there's 4 people alive.
Yeah, that's
What are you
it.
blocking? There's no one dead. You're not blocking anything.
yeah, nah, that's what
You're
I'm
blocking from winning. That's what you're blocking. Like,
And then
No.
whoa, look at that route.
and then watch
No,
the
no, no.
route,
No,
bro.
it gets
Look at
worse.
the route.
It gets worse. Yeah.
Look at
So
the
for
route.
Dashy gets this kill. He needs to be. Bruce should be traded here.
Insta slide in dead right here.
He
He didn't even
ran
shoot
away.
at him.
He ran
He
away.
didn't even shoot, bro.
He turned
You
around
know-
and ran away. Bulldog Child probably lost
my God, I'm about
composure.
to-
Where is he
Fucking freak
going?
And then
He's
he
front
raps all the way
door.
around.
I'm
So
gonna-
gets a kill. And then he raps back. Look, he gets a kill front, and then he goes around again. Look, he goes around.
He goes back
and then
through
he goes
sidewalk.
all the way around the back. Look, he goes all the way around, and then he comes back
God.
in.
I feel so bad for Kismet. I really do. Genuinely. Like the fact that Kiz was in P4 clearing a timing that Brandon could have hit and then runs up Spiral to chow him before Linz chows him and then dies himself is fucking egregious, dude.
Yeah,
I actually feel so bad for
I
Kiz.
see Study in the chat because Study's reaction, Jay's reaction when everything went down, he was like, "What the hell?"
Bro, there's no. I saw people defending this play too on social media, like Reddit and Twitter and shit. People were like, he obviously is going back to block. Like, there's just no way that anyone watched. That's just pure hindsight. I'm like, dude, the people that like
bronze, silver,
like what are you like, chat? What are you blocking? No one's dead. There's no block to happen. They're not going to spawn in the back because they're all alive. Everyone's alive.
The old hill is still popped.
The old hill's up and everyone's alive. What are you blocking? Shoot your gun at fucking Dashy. He's the last person.
Yeah,
oh my god, dude. I feel bad for like flaming Linz for the last couple episodes, but like his blackouts are one of one word to Geo, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, why are we running away? Maybe the sunlight was in their eyes. Maybe it was the window, dude.
Yeah, it could be the light, dude. You know how to light.
Maybe it was the window.
You know, but anybody else got any final thoughts? Pat, you got any final thoughts? You've been quiet over there, Pat. Everything good over there, Slay?
Listen, I gave my thoughts at the beginning, bro. These LAG cats are terrible. I desperately want to see a trade or a buyout for Kiz. I think it will improve a couple
poor
teams.
Guy, bro.
And
oh my god.
I just want LAG to just go into the sunset until next year. There's no fixing this. There's not. And the win for Optic, I mean, bro, it's sad because like, I mean, this was really a blowed up bowl. Like, congrats, Optic got, a couple map wins, but it's kind of the same thing with the Falcons at this point, bro. It's just like beating some of these bottom teams just means nothing.
Guys, start somewhere. Starts at one, man.
I'm just begging, bro. I'm begging these teams that need to make roster change to just fucking do it after the major. If they come back from this fucking major and teams don't make changes and we have to go through another stage of some of these rosters, I'm gonna lose it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you see what Vancouver did. They instantly elevated their just drop your worst player or worst players and make some fucking changes. Please.
Yep. Couldn't agree more. Anybody else got any other final thoughts?
Nope.
All right, let's move on to the next series of the day. Next series of the day, we got the Minnesota ROKKR going up against the Vancouver Surge. This one ended in a 3-1 victory for Vancouver as they're able to take the first hard point, 250 to 189. They lose the S&D 6-1. Minnesota with a comfortable vault search. And then we had 3 vaults in a row here. Minnesota's best map, but it wasn't a test for Vancouver as they were able to 3-1 shut them out in the vault control and 250 to 204 in the vault hard point. So great work coming in from Vancouver. We'll scroll down, take a look at the stat sheet. It's Estriel yet again saving these guys from a red carpet. He's the only one positive with a 1.23. Gio with a 0.99. Nero with a 0.68 today. And Paul with a 0.79. So Nero continued to struggle. I feel like Nero really started the year hot, and he's kind of the last few weeks has been really
Their
really
whole team has been donkey doo-doo shit.
The last 2 weeks,
Yeah.
Other than Estriel.
Because Nero actually played pretty good against C9, if I remember, in the minor. I know they lost that series. But I think he's been on a real generational stinker the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then on the other side with Vancouver, you had a 1.03 from 04, a 1.22 from Abuza, a 1.11 from Nasty, and a 1.08 from Neptune. So everybody pulling weight for the Vancouver Surge. We'll take a look at that match MVP. It's Abuza. This guy's been lights out with a 1.31 in hard point, a 0.5 in a Surge, but they got bodied in the Surge, and a 1.26 in control. So Abuza going crazy with the MVP performance here. Ben, we'll start with you on this one. We got Minnesota ROKKR going up against Vancouver. What'd you think of the series, Benjay?
I thought for Vancouver, this is a much cleaner set of hard points than we've seen from the last couple of series. So looks like some good cleanup on their end going into the major where they should be definitely a factor on the top side of the bracket. I think for ROKKR, man, just the Nero fall off has been really tough the last 2 weeks. I know Paul's been super inconsistent. Gio, I think, finally had a couple of decent maps, but I think for this ROKKR team, they're just a team with a couple of key maps. They lose those maps, they're super chalked in a series, but their weak maps are what kind of killed them against some of these matchups. And yeah, they're gonna make winners. They're making winners back because they have 3 wins, but these guys are a non-factor right now and probably need a roster change.
Mm-hmm.
Stop saying probably, bro. Just, let's cut these half measures out of our sentences. These guys do need a roster change. They've needed a roster change.
Pat, you know what you need to do is you need to put the blow it up shirt on the wall behind you. You just point to that.
Yeah, I mean,
And my wall keeps where I'm at, a secret from the CIA, like Killa said. so it's not going to change.
Yeah, the CIA is involved apparently. And you know, Sloss, you know how he gets, bro. He's never been wrong. He used to talk about the Ethernet cords being a different color back in the day. Now that was causing problems. So you never know what Sloss is thinking about. But we'll go to you, Duarte. What you think of the series? Vancouver Surge going up against the Minnesota ROKKR. Obviously, I know these are your boys, Chris. These ROKKR cats are your boys, man. I mean, what's going on?
I mean, I'm friends with a lot of teams in the league. I was a fan of their game for a while, but they've just failed to progress in a lot of aspects. And I still feel like, even in this series, when they got 3 vaults in the series and still lost 2 of them, I mean, there's just no good signs for this team going into the major. Granted, they do make winners bracket. Unless they have an insane run, I just don't see this team sticking together. This team's just failed to progress. Like, they not only did get all their best maps here and still failed to lose, but their map pool in general has been fucking terrible. So I wouldn't be surprised if these guys made a roster change. Still going to give props to my boy Estriel because that guy's fighting for his life. That guy's easily the best player on his team. Yeah. He's quietly been just dropping bombs and shitting on people left and right, but unfortunately his team is just doing him a disservice. There's always constantly either Nero's underperforming lately or somebody on the AR category, whether it's Gio or even or most of the time it's probably Paul. They're just doing nothing, man, and they failed to progress in multiple maps and modes. So this team needs an upgrade for sure because it's kind of just they haven't made any progress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Duarte, Sam, I know you were talking about the vetoes a little bit. I mean, we both thought that Minnesota ROKKR is actually going to get some more map wins on the board, being that there's Vault in here. But Vancouver did a pretty good job today, Sam.
Yeah, I was a little surprised Triple Vault was in, and then I saw the vetoes, and it made sense for both teams. Vancouver really doesn't like playing Skyline. I think Ben and I were talking about it the other day. I think they're like the second to last team in terms of Skyline reps in the league. So that makes sense there. So leaving the Vault hardpoint in. The Hossie ban, obviously, ROKKR's a good Hossie team, and I guess Vancouver was just willing to square up on the vaults. But when I saw the map set, I definitely thought that I swathed my prediction to ROKKR, but this was a really clean series from Surge. A lot of the maps were just genuinely impressive for me. I think everyone showed up. Abuza's been fantastic for them, I think, since the minor. He had a great final, and then I think since then he's been great. Nep had a crazy vault hardpoint today as well. So this was just a genuine clean series all round and round for Surge.
Yeah. Like Pat said, I mean, ever since these guys picked up Neptune, these guys have been looking really good. I feel like everybody just looks a lot more comfortable on the map.
Dude, there's so many teams that need roster changes. There's so many.
Yeah. And Neptune was one. He was performing, right, in Challengers? Like, he was, like, really performing in Challengers. Like, he was popping off.
He was Kentucky frying everybody. Like, it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
For the conversation of best SMG there.
I mean, Cap's doing the same shit now,
winning?
too. Yeah, it was Fellow's team.
His team was winning and he was frying. Yeah.
I had to give props to Fellow. Like, there's players like great, like Cap was good in Challengers earlier, but he wasn't like as good as he is now. I think, like, no bullshit, Fellow makes literally every player around him better.
Well, when you watch him play, he's got a lot of passion in the pit, bro. Like, he definitely be teaching people what it actually takes to win, right? In terms 100%. Of just like a work ethic standpoint, a communication standpoint, a fundamental standpoint. Right, like I tune into Tyler all the time, and like I can tell why he finds so much success in Challengers, because that's the biggest thing in Challengers with the amateurs. It's just doing the little shit, bro. Like everything we just talked about, the comms and the fundies and all of this. Like, sometimes I feel like most people in Challengers think they're just good and can just run around and just shit on people.
He always holds everyone accountable too, from like every little thing, whether it's communication or like even the smallest little like fuck up, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's. I mean, like. That's great, but I feel like it's such a shitty situation because, like, we've talked about it with veteran players and challengers, and they're used as this tool to like find the talent, develop the talent, and then that talent just goes to the league, and then the veteran players just stay down there and don't get any recognition, don't get picked up, and honestly get the short end of the stick. So I feel bad for Fellow. I mean, it's not just him. There's been other players in that position, but it's like.
The thing with Fellow actually, like, I think he said it one time when he was like ranting about it on his stream. The reason he always does well in Challengers is because he gets to like handpick his team. So like he basically has his choice. And granted, that's not going to happen.
Handpick their team.
Not necessarily. Like Fellow's like pretty much known as like a top dog in Challengers, so like all of the top players will want to play with him if he asks. When like so that's not true at all. But like when you go to the league, you're kind of like put into a team and you're kind of just hoping it works out. And a lot of the time, the decisions aren't just necessarily on you. So I don't know. He always finds success when he gets to like cultivate his team, cultivate his systems. I think fellow was good on LAN back in MW3. He obviously had his shit online stuff, but yeah, I'd like to see him in the league. I'd like to see Cap in the league. Dylan Rex is on that team. That guy hasn't got a fair shot, even though he's been one of the best ARs and challengers for a long time. There's a lot of players down there that could easily be on some of these teams. Granted, they land on the right one because we already saw with Lunars.
About Dylan Rex in the beginning of this game, and you said that he wasn't nearly as good on this game as he was.
He's gotten better because he's playing with fellow. They just won the last elite and he looked unreal. So, people improve, man, all the time. So.
There's a Challengers Cup today too. What's going on in the Cup today? Has any team been making a run? Is like how far are they? Do you know?
I think they're in losers finals right now. I think Team War is playing Alex team, and I think it's 1-1 the series right now.
Okay, nice. We might need to tune into the Challengers Cup after this.
Sports teams in grand finals.
In grand finals, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, Spartan Pro looting them.
Yeah, I don't know. Fellow and them got forfeited, so they didn't play basically.
Really? For what?
I don't know if they didn't show. So I think I saw something where they might not have showed up in time, and even though the other team was willing to play the match against them, the FaZe admins told them, "Nah, it's chalk. We're advancing the other team."
Bro, just listen. Challengers players just fucking show up on time, bro. Like if they didn't show up on time, it is what it is. But at the same time, if the other team was willing to play it and revert the match, it's kind of it. Listen, the Challengers players should know by now that FaZe admins are very, very strict. They are way more strict than Game Battles admins. You need to adjust accordingly and make sure you're following the rules. I don't know what else to say at this point with these situations.
No, people in chat are saying that they knew they had a match. They just didn't get the notification that their match was up. So maybe the website or they didn't see it or something.
You should have the site open and keep double checking.
I'm not going to say they did. I'm not going to say they didn't have the site open. There could be a world where maybe the fucking notification didn't just come in, but whatever.
Not how it works, Rafi. Like you're telling me, like you don't have the website open. You're not refreshing every couple of minutes to make sure that your match wasn't popped. This situation's happened before, by the way, with the non-checking thing.
We don't necessarily play, and I'm not going to sit there and say the sites are perfect. I'm gonna say that the teams know that they that the players probably know that FaZe had fucked up here because FaZe has been getting fucking roasted.
Instead of flaming me, explain to me how it works then, because I'm confused.
Ben would be a legendary hall monitor.
I don't even care how it works.
Wait, Ben, you want people to sit there and keep refreshing the site every 2 minutes?
It is their responsibility to make sure that they know when their match is up and exchange lobby codes and join up.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest though, regardless of this situation, bro, I've seen so many things about Face It refs and like how they've handled this year's challengers with forfeits and all this shit, and those guys are on fucking tar. So regardless of the situation, I'm gonna give Fellow's team the benefit of the doubt here, and this shit doesn't matter, bro.
Yeah, it's a weird situation. So
I mean, I agree with you, Ben, that they gotta have that take responsibility and making sure you show up for the match and making sure that you're paying attention to that shit. I just don't know how it actually went down, because if they're expecting a notification or something, usually they get a notification, they didn't get it. That's kind of cheese. I mean, if they didn't get a noti, but I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works.
I'll talk to Rafi and we'll get the details on it. So
yeah, but any other thoughts on the series before we head into some clips with Vancouver and Minnesota? All right, let's hop into it. First, we have a P2 yet again. I feel like a lot of P2s. We see people running into some problems here. You can see Paul. Which again, I don't even know if Paul should be here right now. I think is he trying to get off of old? Was he on old time? Oh, he was on old time. So there's not much Paul could have done there. But Paul's on scrap. He ends up going down. Geo all the way in the back makes a good heads up play, but they end up losing this here as Vancouver is able to find the break and just to kind of watch it unfold. It's a Boozo who finds a nice kill in the back, hits some nice laser beams onto Geo. 04 makes a play through lobby, which I think was the biggest thing. I think 04 just being able to waltz through lobby without anybody shooting at him is obviously not ideal. And then you can see it, Vancouver using their numbers, pushing around the back. They get the trades, they get the spawns, and they're able to make break on in. and get a nice, clean, comfortable break here against the Minnesota ROKKR. What do you think went wrong there for the Minnesota ROKKR? What do you think happened there?
I'm gonna be honest. They didn't really have a lot of timing to get space because Paul died on ult and they were kind of suffocated in the back. But I will say I don't understand the obsession with people playing time in this rotation. Number 6 shouldn't even be here on the rotation. As soon as you pretty much escort one of your teammates into the garage and acknowledge that nobody's here, everyone else should fan out. No one's gonna break from the front. No pro team is gonna break from the front on rotation because the reason you go around the back in the first place is because unlike other hills in this game, the spawn in the back is significantly favorable to the team holding the hill instead of like playing from the front.
Way closer. You spawn so much
exactly. So no one in their right mind, when there's 50 seconds left, is going to hit on the front unless they kill the guy front rock off the rotation and they easily have a path forward. But if they don't, which they didn't, they're going to go around. Stop playing tight around the hill. Get your guy on this head glitch. Have it so that he can hold his front and finesse if they do manage to make that play, and just focus on well in lobby. Stop playing so far away from those areas because every team breaks from there.
Yeah, those P2s have been giving people a real tough time. But let's take a look at another hill on this map since we're always looking at P2s. This is a P3. By the way, P2, P3, P4, all broken by Vancouver. Minnesota rotated to all these hills and got broken on all of them. So Minnesota clearly having a hard time. Somebody's typing like an animal. We're here at the P3, and just to see how this all goes down. You can see Minnesota ROKKR. They had the full setup here. Nero goes rogue here. Jumps out the window. Finds one. Almost finds another one. Abuza whips around and finds two with the pistol. That's great shots coming in from Abuza. And then Vancouver, you can see another comfortable break here. Is Minnesota doing too much on the rotation here? They doing too much running? Or what? Because I feel like Nero, I mean, I don't mind the pinch from Nero. I would have been nice to see him maybe stay alive, but I mean, he doesn't make a bad play. Like I like him pitching this out. But it just seemed too easy for Vancouver. I think the two-piece from Abuza front really set things up because once that happens, Vancouver just used their numbers.
Can you go back to when Nero's mid?
Yeah, hold on.
Can you back it up to like when he's like alive on the rotation?
Yeah,
so he gets to kill Rock.
Yeah, he gets to kill Rock.
So he kills the guy off hold.
Yeah. And then he cuts right across mid. He jumps down open, which I don't know how number 3 didn't see him, because number 3 was looking at. It looked like he was looking out the window. I don't know how he didn't see him there.
I mean, Paul's looking for ghosts.
Paulie, what's Paulie doing? What's Big Paulie doing?
I mean, there's just no world in which they could be here. They know where everyone is.
Yeah, I mean,
they got every kill, and Nero kills 04 off of old, or whoever was ended up running off of old. Like, there's no way. Unless Paul should run back here, scoreboard up, block, and then sprint to help front, because there's no world in which there's a player back here. It's not possible.
That and the guy in Hill should just not be challenging. Like,
and guy in chat says hindsight when I'm operating off of full information that players have. Like, people have no idea how to analyze this game, dude.
You can't fall into the hindsight bait, bro. I've been getting called that shit for I've been getting called that shit for so long, when you can literally point these mistakes out from literally across like from everywhere,
there's
bro.
Definitely situations where there's hindsight, but there's a lot.
I will always acknowledge when there's hindsight, when in reality, like, they didn't know, there could be, etc., etc. But if it's a known factor based on the information we're seeing on the map and call-outs that players should have, there's no reason. And that obviously that's a really good wall bang out of Abuza. But I've said it before, can you stop playing the outer fence, play the fucking concrete block, and you can watch the same thing and you're not susceptible to being wall banged.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like staying behind the fence, bro. As soon as you get up your position, you're getting sprayed down through the wall.
Exactly, bro. Stop playing that shit.
It was like that in Black Ops 4.
Yeah, you could even see here, like, he's screwed. Like, he just gets instantly wall banged. If he stays alive for just half a second, Nero probably finds two. And then also, this might be nitpicky, but after those kills go down front, I think Paul and Esho need to focus plat together and make sure they kill these guys plat. Because
I don't mind Paul backing up originally, because he does need to block Nero's pinch or whoever he kills off of old. Maybe that's spawn timing, if I am correct.
Yeah, he has to. He
has to back up. Man, does he? He spawns bottom stairs.
He spawns here. He might not.
I don't think there's a world.
Nah, he doesn't necessarily.
He doesn't have to block here.
No, he doesn't have to block it.
No.
I don't know. I think Paul just needs to be in the play. Like, I think after, like, if unless they want to play like an ideal setup and perma spawn them somewhere.
See what we're talking about now, chat? That is hindsight.
Yeah,
like, in reality, like, any good team is gonna be like, okay, you're pinching, I'm gonna block this spawner. But like us talking about him like not blocking it, that is hindsight. So for chat,
I think
now
Paul
you
makes
guys
the right
know.
play originally, but I think he just needs to get active in the play afterwards.
Yeah,
like scoreboard up kind of thing.
Then we go to the P4, another rock kill, and listen, this could be a nitpick. I see a lot of people do this. Boom, clean 4 dead. Minnesota wipes Vancouver. Right, they're blocking the Lambo spawn, so they know they have them funneled Bullhouse. I love the play from Ezreal taking the space and hitting into office. The only thing I don't like is I feel like once you get pushed up on a map here, you just play a corner and you'll get free kills, right? Like people will just run right by you. You'll pick up freebies, and if nobody pushes up office, you know they're just pushing front, and at that point he just turns, looks out the window, and shoots them all in the back, right? But instead he overchows, he goes down. Right, and now that opens things up. So now Vancouver could smell blood here. They start hitting the go button. They get another trade. Nero actually went all the way around through mid. He ends up getting needed out, but then you could just see the break coming in from Vancouver. Just so easy for Vancouver after a clean wipe from Minnesota. That was an opportunity for Minnesota to put Vancouver in an absolute fucking blender, and 10 seconds later they get broke. I don't know what you guys think about my Ezreal take, but I think if Ezreal slows down here, and again, that's just a different gear as a sub player, right? Like being able to like read that I like that he hits the go button after they get the kills, right? Instantly hits that left stick. Love seeing the left stick, but hey, play a corner up here, you get some freebies. Maybe get a kill or two, slow down their whole push.
To be honest, I don't mind it. It's just a really good play out of Vancouver to have this many people like rotating here, because if you watch some teams play, they might have maybe one, maybe two guys like go either wine or top office to kind of like try to take space middle. But the fact that they sent 3 people by the spares, I think it's more so a great play by Seattle. Like I don't mind it.
How many
times
he
read the pressure.
Chris? Yeah, we also see teams that are just like they panic and they just flood front too, and then nobody takes any routes and they just flood through the front and just panic.
I think it's more so just a great play out of Surge. He read the pressure. He knew that he would encounter it. It's just he happened to run into 3 of them.
Bro, those are the mistakes I like seeing. Hey, if you're trying to make a play and you make a mistake making a play, that's better than doing fuck all on a map. Like I can't stand when teams get 4 dead and they don't move. People just sit there and they don't do anything.
I think more so this is on Paul. Like he knows 3 people are hitting this. Like he's about to run into a fucking gang of Vancouver players, and he goes and tries to like take that space when he could have played a more passive angle, and Nero's coming to help him. So if he buys some time and maybe plays either the balcony.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know I actually think Nero's kind of fucking blacked out here. I'm gonna be honest, in my opinion.
Is he looking at well?
I just don't know why he pushed this far away from time. Why is he going so far away? Like,
no.
This,
yeah,
right?
See, that's a blackout right there.
Where's he going, bro? Like, where is he? Like, I get it. You're worried about maybe they got a well spawn or something, but bro, like, if anything, just play tight. Like, just play like a corner here, like next to him on hill. Because if nobody comes well, you can just turn and help him. The problem is he can't help. Like, he can't. Once you get the info, like Nero can't redirect his position and get into the play fast enough. Like, he's too far away.
So what he's trying to do, even though I don't think he should be doing it, is blocking number 2 spawn because they just killed him, and Estrel's saying, yo, I'm pushing out office. So he's going to go and block Lambo and well, because if he does it, that guy will spawn behind them, but he could have just fuck that spawn. Just go play with your team and hold from where the majority of the pressure is coming.
Yeah,
I mean, exactly. Yeah,
I'd rather have him just stay around Lambo, just block the Lambo spawn. If they spawn well, they spawn well.
If he stays Lambo, Estrel plays open and like an off angle, like you said, Tom, instead of trying to get aggro on the kills, and then he could have whoever like Paul help from time, which he does ends up late. Because like that's just simplifying the game and making it way easier on yourselves instead of like I'm gonna limit test here, make sure you block this extra spawn, and then things get weird. And I think that's just overcomplicating.
Right. And you see what happens. Like his timings are off now. He's here late, right? He's here late fighting a whole team rather than just being in the trades, right? So the timings were off there. So I thought it was a blackout for Minnesota all around. I mean, Ezreal, he hit the go button. I thought he could have played a corner. Nero just ran away. It looked like he blacked out, and they just separated too far from each other. They lost that teamwork, and they get broken yet again. I mean, that's 3 hills in a row that you see Minnesota having a hard time holding. They continue to struggle. And then we get toward the end of the map. And this is just another break here. Somebody just lag out. We lost somebody.
Chris did, yeah, he's gone.
We lost Duarte. There he goes. And then we get to the end here, and then again, it's just another break for Vancouver. Right, Abuz is able to get 2 kills. Which how the hell did he get 2 kills there? He got 2 kills with an AR through open. Great shots. Sam, what gun is that? Sam,
we're not tipping good shots.
No, it is good shots, but holy. Bro, he got incinerated. Look at this.
Tom, stand your fucking ground about this sub AR thing there. You just fucking wilted.
What do you mean?
Boy, Tom.
What the fuck?
You just fucking wilted, bro. Stand your ground. You got fucking jokes.
I mean, he hit good shots, but I mean, brother, I've been standing my ground on this fucking shit for years. I'm just, what do you want me to do? Argue with Sam the whole fucking show? I mean,
exactly. That's what the people want to see.
You know what I mean? But no, it was good shots, but fuck no. Vancouver with another break. I think that's just a Booza making a play, honestly. If anything, maybe you're just over challenging if you're Minnesota ROKKR. Like, Abuza shouldn't be able to find those picks so easily, right? Like he shouldn't be able to just find an easy 2-piece like that on rotation. Like he needs to be able. You need to force him to try and make a play or slide in with the Ames, right? Instead of just getting picked like that. So good plays from Abuza, but again, just Minnesota ROKKR having a really hard time here holding hills. So many breaks coming in. Then we get to the control. This is the last round here in the control where Vancouver were actually able to win the offense here. And you can kind of see how they were able to do it. They actually played through mid here. And I like the route from 04. 04 ends up getting pushed up. Gets pushed up into P4. He's able to watch the cross here. He has an AR as well, so he's able to find some kills. And just him being there just causes some problems for Minnesota.
Is this when Nero blacks out a little bit? Yeah.
Yeah, Nero. I mean, he was playing for 04, which I don't think is a bad play. But
I don't like the way. There's no point of giving him that gunfight though. Like that's what 04 wants in this situation.
Yeah, like you want them to just leave him here.
I want 04 to have to go backstairs, clear him out of art, and like shit on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead, he just gets like incredible timing on Nero, trying to clear him, and then makes his job way easier because now he can just run up mid and make this guy top art useless.
Yeah, no, that's fact.
Like 04 should have to kill the guys in art, not make them useless.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. They could have just left him there, realistically. Yep. You have art control and you get pushed up street, they can't do anything, right? Like, they can't get on the point. They can't go anywhere.
Yeah, like they know 04 is there because he shot top P4. If Nero's just shouldering backdoor, guaranteeing info for the guy top art so he doesn't have to turn around, that is when, like, 04 doesn't kill Nero for free. He can't cheat to the point and make the guy top useless. Like, he would have to clear them out of art in order to make a play.
Yeah.
So I think Nero kind of fucks up pushing out there.
Yep. Well said, Sam. And then we get into the the Vol hard point. I just want to highlight some good plays here. One of them being Nasty. I mean, we've seen this play happen a lot where players don't run across and they don't make the play. But look at how Nasty plays this, right? It's going into a P3, right? And he's already thinking ahead and playing for that P4 rotation. And you can see how he's able to do it. I mean, he gets to the back. He's able to find a kill, right? And now after he gets one kill, he just plays his life and does a great job staying alive. He finds another pick onto Geo there. I'm not sure what happened there with Geo. He kind of blacked out. But then once Nasty gets the 2 kills after taking that route, he gives his team the good spawns. And then after that, not only does he give his team the good spawns, but he does a good job, again, just playing his life, buying time, not over-channeling anything, like not jumping out of art, trying to do some crazy shit, right? Waits for his teammates to get the good spawn. Boom, the good spawn comes in. Nasty gets another kill on point. Boom, Abuza gets the kill on him. And now look at the minimap now after Nasty made that play. The last 30 seconds from Nasty there, which is great. I mean, those are the plays you want to see. And that's why that's probably why they keep Nasty on the team, because he's making plays like that. So great plays from Nasty. Doesn't always need to be bad plays we can highlight. It can be good plays too. So good individual play there. And then we move over to...
Bad plays are so much more fun.
Yeah, bad plays are more fun. But sometimes I feel like it's good to show some individuals making some good plays so people can understand.
Speaking of good plays...
So, some things you don't see on the scoreboard, right, Pat? Like, I feel like a lot of times, like a lot of people, the viewers, they look at the scoreboard and they don't really realize that there's plays and routes being made on the map that you can't see on the scoreboard, right? So I want to highlight that. And then we get into... what were you going to say? Sam, were you going to say something?
No, I was just speaking of good plays. This is really good from Abuza.
Yeah,
it's super small, but bro, the way the off angle that he holds here is like something that players actually need to do more. The amount of scams that players get, like running through line or coming out of cat and just like ripping this guy out of art, he's not even giving them the chance to kill him.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. Like you see Geo trying to get the kill, and
exactly, like Geo's just useless here. He's never hitting Abuza.
Yep, and at this point, if you're Minnesota, you're losing composure. Every time you're trying to cross, you can't get across. And we were talking about it. We were talking about it during the watch party. But I mean, Vancouver, they were able to get 2 full 60s, 120 clean points on these P4s, right? And they set both of them up pretty much identical. But their setup was pretty close to identical on both hard point rotations. So I love the plays there from Abuza. Love the setup there from Vancouver. I think the P4s is ultimately what led to them winning this map and winning the series. So great plays there. And then we get into the ending of the game. Vancouver break yet again. Minnesota, man, they just can't hold hills. You can see
their comms today had to be just fucking terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. Even here, like, look, they get all the kills. They get the P2 rotation. They get the close spawn, and you can kind of see how this breaks. They give up the right side, the right street, which I feel like Vancouver got so much space there. And then Neptune, once he wins this fight in the back, you got 2 guys pushing through front, 2 guys pushing through the back. These guys from Minnesota ROKKR get absolutely caught out. And the trades come in, and man, what a clean break from Vancouver there, huh? Clean, comfortable. I think Minnesota trolled again because they got all the kills. They didn't really take the space, right? And I'm not really too sure why Geo ran all the way back. Is he hard? Is he the guy hard blocking? Like he's the guy going to block? Maybe that's why. But
yeah.
But he doesn't need to run all the way back.
They died first. Paul dies first.
Like, does he need to run all the way back here? Like, couldn't he just ran like back ammo and played a cornerback ammo somewhere? Like,
well,
why did he?
Can you back it up like another 15 or whatever?
Yeah. Because look at where he was, right? Like they get all these kills.
Yeah.
Right. These guys are definitely spawning out because you have.
But they know 4 spawns out. They know both of them spawn out for sure.
They trade this last guy, boom. Like right here, Optic, and he's turning around and picking up street here after that kill goes down.
I mean, it's so hard to do in the moment, but like Hill pops, you died first in the trades. It's a hard read to make in a split second like that, but you should know that you don't have to block just because you died.
Yeah,
there's no Vancouver player that could spawn in there, but I mean, if that was his mentality, that's a hard read in the moment.
Nonetheless, I like the routes from Vancouver, right? Double going around street, playing around ammo, and then you had 2 players late pinching front, right? Just kind of pitching out both those spawns. Any kill that they get with that setup, with those routes that they take, they're spawning Minnesota across the fucking map, right? So they did a good job taking the right routes, blocking the spawns, and making sure that any kills they get aren't just useless kills, where they're just spawning them closer to the point. So, and I know sometimes we see that side spawn, that P2 spawn, that close spawn. So they did a good job playing aggro on it and making sure they didn't get that. But yeah, that's all I had for clips on that one. Any other final thoughts, guys, on the series with Minnesota ROKKR and Vancouver? Any final thoughts, guys?
Nope.
All right, sounds good. Last series, I lost internet. I was tuning in the living room, though. I didn't get much notes, but I was able to watch. And it looked like Cloud9 was pushing FaZe to their limits in that last map. No, Sam. In that Hacienda, we had a close one there, but it was pretty comfortable for FaZe in the other 2 respawns. I mean, first map, Protocol Hardpoint, 250 to 135. That one wasn't even close. And then Cloud9 bounced back with a 6-3 win in the Protocol search. Hacienda control. Atlanta FaZe was able to get a nice offense win on the board. They win that one 3-1. And then we had a close map for 250 to 240. If this goes to a last map, I feel like it's anybody's game. So Cloud9 keeping things close against the Atlanta FaZe. We'll scroll down, take a look at the stat sheet. Dylan Attach and Mac struggling today. 0.73 from Attach, a 0.73 from Mac. You had Kremp with a 1.02, Sid with a 1.20. I feel like Dante's been really shooting for these guys. He's been shooting straight when they go to his POV. You didn't get a Beezy with a 1.13, Celium with a 1.32, Draza with a 0.95, and Simp with a 1.01. So everybody pulling weight here for Atlanta FaZe. Take a look here at the match MVP. Who would you give match MVP to? I'd probably say MC.
Yeah, MC had a crazy one today.
MC played great today. That's my fantasy player, my first pick.
Bastard.
Went absolutely nuts. Look at this guy. Let's get it going. 1.36 in hard point, a 0.75 in search, and a 1.5 in control. MC went absolutely nuts today. Pat, you've been quiet. We'll hear from you. Pat, what'd you think of the series? Cloud9 got pooped on today, but they kept it close, Pat. They kept it close with Atlanta FaZe. You impressed with Cloud9, Pat?
I mean, as impressed as you could be. I think I still don't think they're in the top 4. But my question for FaZe is going to be, are they going to be able to perform an S&D at this major? I think that's going to be the defining catalyst for them at LAN if they're able to win searches. Because if not, I feel like they have a lot of potential to get Neslo'd, whether it be a 235 or 245. I know that's kind of the same thing, but that's kind of my worry right now for this FaZe squad is how consistent will they be able to be in search, especially at LAN? Because if not, I think it's going to bite them in the ass, and I'm expecting they get upset.
Mm-hmm. Their S&D win conditions are fairly plentiful because of the amount of bloods they get. Their problem right now, and you see it on these protocols they play, is they just scam a lot of 4 and 3 rounds, usually 1 or 2 a map. It doesn't really bite them in the ass because, again, they're getting so many first bloods, they're winning clean rounds. But in a map like this, where they had some opportunities after they clutch up that first round to take early momentum in the map, they just didn't. So if they clean that up, then they're going to start to win the searches a lot cleaner. I think on the hardpoint side, though, like I know the Hacienda was gritty, but I think both teams were just kind of playing the map pretty good. But the other 2 respawns were pretty clean from FaZe.
Real quick, dude, I was like, does anybody hear music? Oh, that was me, dude. My phone is playing music.
No way, you're tweaking.
Bro, I was like, what the fuck is that?
Just call my phone.
Let's go to you, Duarte. Duarte, what you think of the series? Atlanta FaZe, they won 3-1, but it was a close map 4. This one could have went map 5.
Yeah, I think C9 continue to impress in search. They've been really, really, really good at search for the most part throughout the last 2 stages, and
You're buzzing,
obviously
Chris.
just leading.
Your mic's buzzing a little bit.
Yeah.
It's buzzing.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a bee in your room.
Yeah, maybe your phone.
Yeah, we're all
Maybe
fucking
go to your
tweaking.
mic.
Everyone's fucking.
How about now?
Yeah,
How about now? Still?
No, it's still you're getting like line interference.
What the hell just happened? I I accidentally turned off my PC and now it's fucked. Okay.
Accidentally turned off your PC.
Yeah, I literally can need it. But is it bad still? Anyways.
Yeah, it still doesn't. But you can get your point off real quick.
Okay, I was just gonna say C9 impressed in S&D. On the FaZe side, I'm not too worried about their respawns because they've been pretty good, but they've been experimenting with that Hacienda, trying to get in their map pool. And outside of that, yeah, I mean, FaZe look good going into the major outside of their S&D, and we'll see how that affects them going into the major.
Cool. What about you, Sam? What do you think of the series? Atlanta FaZe versus Cloud9 was a close one.
Yeah, a couple pivotal moments throughout the series. C9 offense on the map 3. They're definitely going to be kicking themselves if they go back and watch that. There was a couple super winnable moments for them. Yeah, the map 4 was an absolute bang out. I think that they obviously won it, but I think Hasi Hardpoint is still a thorn in FaZe's side. There's a couple concepts on that map that they've been playing throughout stage 2 that I just don't think they fully have gotten as a team yet. P2 included, because I know we've been talking about it this whole show. But through and through, I thought it was a decent series all around, a lot better showing than the other day where Zach had to put on like a 1.5 for him to win.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, MC also single-handedly beat me in fantasy this week, so fuck you, MC.
So, my first bet.
Yeah, I think Kremp might be the best search player in the game. Also, just putting that out there.
Oh,
Kremp
he
has been
was
great.
moving in the protocol, dude. Like,
He had like,
he
what,
was
12 or
making
13 or something? He was cooking.
Yeah, he continues to impress. I know Duarte loves the point, but he continues to impress in search for me for sure.
He had 12. He had 12 in that one.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
He's so aggressive. He's so aggressive.
So tough and aggressive.
he's just really good. Protocol, especially when they play it, like the space that he takes and the timings that he hits. I mean, it's why the C9 team can be a difficult out because Dylan, Dante are pretty good island players. Mac kind of is a connective glue, and they don't really scam that much in search for their kind of build right now. So I think. Like, well, you'll take a look at the bracket. They're not going to be an easy out the way it's setting up right now. I think C9 could have won that 4th map, and maybe they win the Skyline S&D, but I don't think you'd be too upset if you're, on how you played today.
I don't know, man. Ever since we brought a little bit of light to it, Mac has been pretty fucking miserable this stage, I will say. And he had another tough series today as well.
Why I got rid of him on fantasy after the first stage.
I think I was pretty high on C9. I had them over Ravens a couple weeks ago before they played. But Mac has just been really, really regressing for me. So I think that if this is the form that they carry into the major, they're going to be super hyper dependent on Civ and Krem to like show up and kind of carry them a little bit. Attach obviously can, contribute and play well, but he hasn't had like very many takeover moments this year, I don't think. And Mac has genuinely not been good for stage 2. So if I'm a C9 fan going into the major, I would have a little bit of concern. Not to say they couldn't show up and obviously play better on land, but Mac's recent form for specifically stage 2 has not been super great.
This is one where, like, if they go this major and they get like 8th because of the bracket draw is interesting. Like, you really got to sit.
I'll pull it up right now. I might as well pull it up here.
You got to contemplate the Pack-a-Punch. Like, if the opportunity is there and somebody like don't friendship cheese Seattle surge your way into just screwing the season over. Like, if you feel like there's an opportunity, then pull the trigger on it. I agree, Sam.
Oof, New York versus Ultra, round 1. It's going to be a tough matchup for them.
Good round 1s here, wow.
Yeah, we got Atlanta FaZe Minnesota, got a Carolina Surge, and a LA Thieves Boston in the round 1s. And then we have LAG, Optic, Vegas Falcons, and Miami, all starting in losers at Major 2. So not what you would expect. I mean, Miami got, top 3 last event? And they're starting in losers now, heading into Major 2. And obviously, Optic Texas is a team we didn't expect to be here. I mean, now we do. But, I mean, obviously, after Major 1 and for the first stage, I mean, nobody saw Optic falling this low and starting their own major in losers. So, we're going to have some good matchups here. I don't know if there's anything you guys want to say on the Cloud9 Atlanta FaZe before we get our predictions here.
It's so funny. Miami literally just played Boston yesterday, and they might play them again a week later. Yeah, it's so funny. I think, Tommy, the interesting thing for Optic fans, just to contextualize like the draw for them, if they want to get top 4, they're probably playing ROKKR. They're probably going to play either, you would think LAG's losing either Toronto or C9, and then you're probably playing either Vancouver, Carolina on the drop down in order to get top 4. So like if Optic pull off the top 4, they'll have beaten 3 like pretty good, what we think are top 4, top 6 teams. Well, obviously you lose those teams.
Wait, what? ROKKR is not a top 4, top 6 team.
Not ROKKR, I'm not including in the list, but the other 2 are. Toronto C9, those definitely one of the top end teams in Carolina, Vancouver. So.
Yeah, Chris, Ben, I don't know if you saw Chris in the chat, but
I
he needs some help. Let's go through some predictions here. We have LA Thieves going up against the Boston Breach. We'll go from the top down, and then we'll give our overall event winners. But I'm going to go with LA Thieves over Boston. I mean, I expect LA Thieves to go all the way to the grand final, to be fair. I mean, they have been unreal. So I'm going to go LA Thieves 3-0, actually, to open things up. 3-0, 3-1. Who do you got, Pat?
Thieves 3-0, no explanation.
All right, what about you, Sam?
Same.
Benjay.
Thieves.
Duarte, who do you got? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Thieves not close. We're good now.
Okay, everybody's got Thieves in that one. Then we got Carolina going up against Vancouver. This is a tough one, man. I have no idea who's winning this series. I'm going to be honest with you. Both these teams look really good recently. They've both been playing well. I think the biggest thing for me is just seeing Carolina do what they do online on land, right? Especially Gwyn. I mean, Gwyn is disgusting. I want to see this
I would
guy
argue
go crazy.
that this is kind of like a show out for both of these teams. Like, can both of them replicate on land?
Agreed.
But I think this will probably be the best match.
For sure. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Carolina. I'm going to go with Carolina in this one. I'll say 3-2. I can see this going all the way to the end. But I think Carolina can squeeze this one out. I'm going to go with Carolina 3-2 here. Who do you got, Pat?
Carolina.
Sam?
Carolina 3-1.
Wow. I thought some of us were going to pick Vancouver. What about you, Ben? You going Vancouver or Carolina?
I want to pick Carolina, but just to play the game a little bit, I'll pick Vancouver.
All right. What about you, Chris?
I'm going to go to Carolina. They've proved it on land. Surge has yet to. Granted, new fourth. But at the same time, listen, you heard, I think it was Toronto that said it. Somebody, I can't remember who beat Surge, and they were basically saying something about the Denver host or something like that. I think it might have been Beans that chirped them. So we'll see, man, because
all of them.
Yeah, they've been getting the favorable server for what it looks like, and everyone seems to be under the impression they're at a disadvantage playing them online. So we shall see. I'm going Ravens.
Listen, man, this is Gwyn's event.
It has to be, bro.
Has to be.
This is him, dude.
He has been 35 per online, dude. This is his event.
And he doesn't even
1.2.
overthink it either. Just keep doing exactly what you're doing online. Like, just take the same routes, take the same fights. Like, you just keep playing with confidence because he's playing with so much confidence right now.
And T's about to level up too because he can start trying again. Like, we're good, bro.
Absolutely.
Ravens 3-1.
You heard TJ in the interview because they played a little sloppy last series. There's Gwyn in the chat too. We're rooting for you, Gwyn. And then we got Atlanta FaZe going up against the... Wait, did everybody get their predictions? Yeah, we did. Atlanta FaZe going up against the Minnesota ROKKR. I got Atlanta FaZe in this one. I got 3-0 Atlanta FaZe. Pat, who do you got?
FaZe 3-0.
Let's go, T. Just gonna try.
That's crazy.
I love a good cookie.
You got 3-0, Sam? 3-0 Atlanta?
Yeah, 3-0. Yeah.
Benjay?
I got a FaZe 3-0.
Christopher Duarte.
FaZe.
By the way, just to on the Carolina thing, there's a crumble cookie like pretty close to the venue, FYI. Just saying.
Heard. Does Tej actually order crumble cookies every week? Like, is this a meme or a joke, or is this like dead serious? This guy
He
orders.
said he doesn't eat it as much as people mean it.
Okay.
But he says he loves a good cookie.
They get homemade. They
Gwyn
get
said
homemade
yes.
cookies
Gwyn
now.
Said yes.
Oh, Gwyn said yes. Never mind.
That's what he said. So I
You
don't
can't
know.
trust
Big
Tej. He's obviously not going to tell you the truth.
Yeah, big bastard.
And then we got Toronto Ultra going up against New York. I'm personally going to go with Toronto Ultra in that one. They've been looking really good. Cloud9's been looking pretty good too, but I think Toronto's got the edge there, so I'm going to go Toronto. I'll say 3-2 in that one. Who do you got back?
Ultra 3-1.
Sam?
C9 upset 3-2.
Bunjay?
Got C9 game 5.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. You and I are the C9 believers.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Ultra, but I was close to picking C9. The reason is C9's S&D has been really good. So has Toronto's, but C9's been very, very consistent this whole time in Search. So I could see them upsetting in those, and I think C9 is probably a little bit better in Respawn. Toronto's kind of got that Joe Deceives Pokeball that they keep throwing out in Respawn.
Yeah.
It's been paying off for them. But yeah, Toronto look better right now. So I'm going to give it to Toronto.
If you guys had to pick a team to go all the way and win the championship here for Major 2, who would you choose? I would probably say Thieves, but I'm going to go with Atlanta FaZe because those are my guys.
You
so long. Like,
motherfucker.
fuck the Thieves. There's no honor among the Thieves, man. There's no honor among those cats.
LA work time, go work.
baby.
I got Ravens winning it all.
Really, Pat? You got
Really?
Ravens?
Yeah. Yep. I got them winning an upset Neslo in round 2.
That'd be crazy if
Good
Ravens went on to win it. That'd be sick. What do you think, Sam? You got Thieves, I'm guessing, Sam? You got Thieves? Fuck it ass. You fucking asshole. What about you, Benjay?
Got Chelly in chat saying ROKKR. He's dying on that hell.
Chelly's going
Rocker.
Minnesota ROKKR. It's interesting.
Rocker's 1v4.
They can't even hold a hard point right now. Chelly, what do you mean, Minnesota ROKKR? They can't hold a hill.
Justice for justice, bro.
All good. I'll argue with this in person tomorrow. I'm probably gonna go with Thieves. They look the cleanest going this event, but it's a FaZe Thieves, probably absolute classic, and we'll see who comes out on top on Sunday.
I do not have FaZe Thieves in finals.
Who do you have in finals?
Ravens Thieves.
What?
Yep.
You're really hoping this is the one for Ravens when
I
Green
am.
shows up.
The hell, Sam? What the hell?
FaZe are dirt.
All right, bro. All right,
Hey, Tom,
I remember that.
bring the bracket back up real quick. Because what did Carolina's run? They're on the top.
I don't even know what their fucking run would look like. I just got them.
Yeah,
in there.
I'm just curious. So they win. Let's say they beat Vancouver and they lose to Thieves, and they may have to play Optic for top 4.
Yeah, they're chilling then. What?
They beat him last time for whatever it was.
Wait, so
so-
does it flip? They flip to the bottom side when they go to losers?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, they could potentially play, but we might see a Carolina Optic maybe. I mean, we'll see.
Oh, I don't know if you asked me or Pat, but I got Thieves as
You
well.
got Thieves, Chris?
Yeah.
Pat got Carolina
I
winning.
got Ravens.
Oh, he's got Ravens. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
my bad. But yeah, Thieves not even fucking close. Those guys are unbelievable right
I'll
now.
put all my channel points on Ben missing.
No way, dude.
I haven't missed putts today. Let's take a look at fantasy that time.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are
but
going to
you're
take a look
about
at
to
fantasy.
lose.
We could skip fantasy.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at fantasy here because these are very important matches, ladies and gentlemen. In order to make it to the major, you got to be what? Top 4, right? In order to make it to the major?
Yeah.
My team was shit, dude.
And,
I didn't start Neptune
My
after 3
team
weeks.
was fucking
And you can
ass.
see, I mean, you can already see how close this race was. Like everybody's got to win on the board. This last weekend really does. It all came down to this last weekend. So these matchups are really important. We'll start with me and Sam since you already kind of gave it away. But
My team was ass, bro. Listen, bro,
no.
banned. Real and Beans banned. Banned. Beans costed me 2 weeks single-handedly,
Ben
bro.
one is
Banned.
insane.
wow, all
Banned,
the hard
bro.
points, all the searches except for the bomb plants and the fuses and all the
Banned,
controls.
bro. It's
It
bad.
wasn't
It was a
even
master
close.
class out of time, bro. It was
Yeah,
bad,
it's my
man.
MC, my first pick. It was a good
bad,
first pick to
man.
pick MC because he's been getting me hella points. So shout out to MC.
You're at the one go purge series this week too, Tom. What the fuck?
Brother, Purge went fucking insane, bro. He went nuts,
Purge
dude.
went insane.
No. I
BTO,
also
bro.
got Joe Deceives, guys. Joe Deceives is like disgust. This guy's been gross. I've been really happy with my team. I actually think I might fuck around and win this shit, to be honest with you. But we'll take a look at some of these other matches. Crimsic's got a good team as well. We got to talk about Porter's team. We got Team Parasite versus Benjay. What the hell?
A tie.
It was a tie.
Now scroll down, you'll see it. We tied because of ticks on control.
We
I've
also have the
never
same
seen a tie.
HPKD, which makes no sense. I don't know how I got it, but
It's on a decimal. I
So what
think,
happens
so.
when you tie? You
Yeah.
just get a tying point? Like
You get a tie, which unfortunately for me and I think Chris is just not enough to make playoffs. I'm just gonna finish
listen,
five-
my
finish
listen, my
500.
record
It is what it is, you know.
My
and move
record's
on.
shocked. Listen, hear me out. My record's shocked because, like, for whatever, I didn't start Neptune because he was playing FaZe first week, and then for some reason, I thought that you could only make like the bench swapping thing during that time period where you can pick up free agents. But apparently, you could have done it
Just do the
any
fantasy.
time of day. So I didn't do it, and I didn't start Nep for 3 weeks, bro. No bullshit, because I just forgot, didn't think I could do it, and yeah, shocked.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the next matchup. We got Gersh going up against Kason. Gersh wins this one again. Is Gersh 4-0? Or what is he right now? No, he's 3-1.
He lost to Chelly.
Well, he's 4-1. So Gersh, he gets another one on the board with Scrap, Nero, Estro, and Lunars. So Gersh continuing to fry. Kason had Kenny this split. So Kason probably lost fucking composure. Probably wasn't getting any points. But a comfortable win from Gersh as he's in playoffs yet again. Gersh going all the way. Then we get that nub going up against who's is this you, Pat? Pat, is this you?
I had
What
the lead
happened,
coming in
Pat? What
today,
happened,
bro.
man?
I had the lead, and then Pred had a fucking master class. 04 had a mid class.
Damn, Pat.
Dub stole the.
Are you gonna make
hard
the
point.
playoffs now, Pat? With the way the categories work, do you lose the tiebreaker and overall category wins?
Where's Pat right now?
So
Pat,
I got 3 wins already.
Yeah, but the tiebreaker is just a bunch of people at 3 and 2 now. I think it's 5 people at 3 and 2, right?
wait, do I make playoffs?
Well, it's gonna come down to the tiebreaker is how many individual categories you win, I believe.
Oh fuck.
So I think someone's getting fucked.
Somebody's getting scumas, and it's probably gonna be me, and I'm gonna be fucking pissed if I do. But yes, we're gonna be paying close attention there to see who actually gets scumas. And then Porter. Wow, Porter lost to Team Chelly. Really? I didn't think they were showing hell.
3v4.
It's a 6-way tie.
3v4 from Chelly.
Chelly's scamming, bro. He's 3v4ing people.
Wow, it's a 6-way tie. 2 people were getting fucked.
Nah, Chelly is scamming the system.
Chelly's
bro.
scamming
He's
people,
scamming
bro.
the fucking system, bro. This guy's an asshole, man.
His team was so shit, he started 3v4ing and it's working.
That's like crazy, bro. So when do they update the standings?
Probably overnight, so you'll need to log on in the morning and see. But you could probably do the math right now and figure it out.
Nah,
Just
I ain't
add
doing
whatever's number next to their name. Just add the number of categories they won today, and you'll figure it out.
Oh, I see. You're saying this number right here. So mine says 23. You're saying like this
Yeah,
right
this
here.
number of
Total
categories
points
you've won,
categories
yeah.
win.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just went 10-1 against Sam. So wait, I
Yeah,
got
I think 10-1 against
they're
Sam.
in.
Wait, no, I'm good, bro. 10-1. Nah, I'm shooting. My categories are shooting up, bro. We're chilling, man. I'm 100% in there. We're in the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. So long, like, good game. GG, Sam. Yeah, GG, Sam. GG.
Yeah, with his balls in your mouth, bro.
GG. Absolutely. Ben, it's time. It is time. It is the last part of the stage 2 split before we go to the major, and it is time for Benji and Asim to sink it. Let's see what the predictions are looking like. We got 16 million channel points on Ben sinking the putt right now, and only 6 million on him missing. So
I've been
of people.
iced, Tom. I've been absolutely icy with the putter on my stream all weekend.
you've been icy. You've been
hopefully I
hitting
make
your
it. We'll
putts.
see what happens.
All right, let's see what happens, folks, as Benji Nassim gets ready to sink the putt. He's got his slippers on per usual. Let's see what he can do here as he lines it up. He steps onto the green, lines up the hole. Where did he go? He disappeared? Is he still there? Oh, no!
Like I said.
Oh, no! He missed it with 22 million channel points on the line. And Ben misses the putt. But I think 90% of the chat just fell to their knees. 90% of the chat just fell to their knees.
Pulled it a little.
Oh, fuck
I knew the minute I
no.
hit it, it wasn't gonna be good.
Benja, you stepped up all cocky, all confident.
Yeah,
saying
but I
you've
made two or three this weekend. Like it's not that bad.
Oh, man, you heard it here first.
Sunday is the
Benjay.
only day that matters.
So it's when it comes to Sunday, Benjay can't sink the putt, man. It really is a shame, dude. It's a real shame, but
No, I'm not being tripped by a guy with no rigs, bro. I know I'm not being tripped. Sorry, Tom. That's my duo. Apologies, boss.
Oh, man, there's so much I want to say, but let's close out the show. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, go to anchor.fm/theflank. Check out audio. He says Rango full at the flank on Twitter. Gert's doing a phenomenal job running social. ZooMaa.gg. Guys, we got new merch coming out soon, probably Thursday or Friday. Make sure to check that out. Really excited about this drop. So I'm excited for you guys to get this stuff. And then, of course, make sure to go check out the community on Twitter. It's spotlighted to the top of my Twitter, spotlighted to the top of the Flank Twitter. So make sure to go check us out on X. As always, take care, brush your hair, and we'll see you guys next time for Major 2 live on a Flank, man. Take it easy. Take care. Ciao, ciao. So long.
Peace.
Man, what the